Hello everyone. A few days ago I said I would do a small video of how we did the light maps or the texturing in general for the QBOB Rendertest number 2 that Mario put on the blog. And before I start, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's actually been testing it and giving us the results of your frame rates, so it gives us a good idea that what we initially set out to try and accomplish was actually possible, which was a big question to begin with. So I'm just going to get started here, and as you can see, this is the scene. If you've seen the demo, you might remember some of these, seeing some of these blocks or something that looked like this in the demo. And the way it's made is basically all these blocks here are just like your standard 2D tile map blocks that you do for platform games, for example. And if I go to front view here, you can see that, well, they all have the same dimensions, at least on XY. C depth is, it varies a bit. We also have some that are a bit bigger here, but they are twice as big as the other ones. And these are the smallest ones that we're going to have. There might be some that are even bigger than these, but they all use the standard dimensions of these blocks here, or brushes as we've come to call them in our upcoming level editor, which Mario's working on. So, and they all use the same texture. So this is a single 1024 texture, and it's divided up in 64 small grid cells, and everything tiles. At least, well, you can see like this one here, this area here wouldn't exactly tile with this area here, but most of them tile. There are some special cases, but they all have this brown background textures, so most of them match up. That's just something that when we do finally have the level editor, we're going to have to work with that. So, but as you see it now, it looks kind of flat. There's no lighting information going on, and like I said, if you've seen the demo, you remember there was some lighting going on. And to get that, we actually use 2 different UVs. Actually, before I go into that, let me just show you a few of the different UVs that we have. As you can see, when I move around here, select different different brushes here, you can see that the grid moves around. Yeah, pretty basic stuff. If I get time, I'll show you a small tool I did for actually doing this really quick, but we'll see how long this video gets. So, to get the lighting in, we do something called render map in Softimage. I know there are other variants of this, but for this video, I'm just gonna stick to how I do it in Softimage. So I just hidden the decals that I started working on, and the boy that I used like a gauge to see how big everything is compared to him. Since he's our main actor, he's going to be on the screen all the time. It's pretty important, I think. So what I need to do to get everything baked, let's say I've built a level out of all these blocks, and I want to bake lights in. The first thing I need to do is I need to merge some of the sections, and I'm just gonna pick a little of it. I'm not gonna like create a whole new level here to show you. I just want you to understand the basics of it. So I've created a new mesh here. This is now a single mesh, as you can see, and I still have the old UV on it. Made sure that that also got translated. So what I need to do is create a second UV. So I go in, create for this, I'm just going to create this unique UV setup here, which is just automatic. And for the final, we'll have to do it a bit cleaner, because if you see, like here, there's a hole, and this might create a seam, and that is bad. So this is something that I do a bit differently in the end. It takes a little longer, but I don't really have time to show you that here, but maybe in a later video. So I have this UV now, and I want to get the light in, but currently this is the shader I'm using in Softimage is a constant shader, so there's no lighting information. So what I have here in Softimage is a pass system. I go to a different one, and this one now has lighting information, because this is a FOM, and this is basically, if you don't know how Softimage works, if you have a patch, you can actually apply a material to an entire object partition. That means any objects that are in this partition will get that material, so I don't have to go and place them every single time I want to do this. I just switch to pass, much easier. So I have this single light here. If I just do a quick render, you can see there is actually some lighting going on now, and this will give us some depth. So what I do is I have my UV that I created before. I make sure I'm in the ambient occlusion pass or lighting pass, and I go and add a render map property, select the new UV I made. I'll give it tutorial blah whatever. I'll just make this new render map here. I want to bake in the surface color illumination, so I'll just do that. Actually, oh yeah, screw that. I'll just stick with that for now, and regenerate map. This just takes a little. Done. And now I have a new texture. So to show you how this looks, I'm just gonna create a new material here, and again, just gonna make a constant. This is not something I actually have to go and do, just so I can illustrate how it actually looks. And I want to apply the textures, so I'm just going to quickly do some stuff here. Again, this is not something you have to do. I just want to illustrate that this actually works. I hope. I probably did something horribly wrong, because this is a video, and Murphy's Law says that when you have to do it right, then you don't, or something like that. So I will get the old diffuse texture, and I will get the new new picture that I made here, and I want to set that to use the new UV. So okay, and for this I'm also just going to do a multiply. This is like modulate in OpenGL-ES. And when I go and render this now, if I did this correctly, we should see both going on. And yes, we do indeed. So now we have both the diffuse on one UV, and we have the light map on a second UV. And for what we're doing, we're actually not using the modulates. Basically, we're subtracting 0.5 of the color information. But I think for not making everybody's heads blow up by talking utter shit, I'll let Mario explain all that stuff to you in a possible future blog, if he's willing. So I hope this gave you some idea of how we've been doing things, and if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to slap out some more videos on this. Maybe I'll do a video on simple animation stuff in the future, and I hope you can bear with me. I'm not used to doing these videos at all, so this is new ground for me. So like I said, I hope you can use it, and I'll see you on the blog.